Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Ellis, and I am filling in backstage for Ms. Gwen Johns tonight. I am going to introduce your host to Southern Fried Paranormal here, Mr. Len Dorman.
Howdy.
How you
As we
doing,
say
Len?
down south. I am doing peachy, as we used to say in Georgia. The new air conditioning is working just fine. The wife is happy as a clam sitting in her chair going, despite the heat outside.
Well, that's definitely good. It was about 100 here today, and humidity was kind of bad, but we're getting through it here for sure.
Yeah, I think it was about that. That was just temperature when I said 93. I think the real feel with the humidity is close to 110.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Would you like to introduce your guest before I go backstage here?
Well, it's not Guardian, although he sounds like he needs some attention there.
Yeah, he's kind of honored. He's laying here on the floor for sure.
Tonight, we have a special guest. It's a special show. I don't usually have shows on Friday, but here we are. Special show, special time, and a special guest. He will be hosting the rock portion of the Paranormal Rockdown starting Friday night or Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock to 11. They're going to have a big old series of bands there at the Paranormal Rockdown. And this gentleman right here is going to be hosting it as he owns the venue where the music is going to be played. And we're going to talk about that venue, and we're going to talk about the man tonight, Mason Meyer.
Here we go. You guys have a great show, and if you need me, holler.
All right.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
All right. Mason, would you like to introduce the gentleman to your right there?
To my right, I got my good buddy and brother from another mother, Mr. Findy, and he's my bass player and a hell of a good friend of mine.
How's it going, everyone?
How are the two of y'all doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Yes, kind of funny. I actually worked with a rock band way back in '91, and I was good friends with the bass player. It must be something. The bass players are just nice people.
They're one of a kind.
We're the glue that holds everything together.
You might have heard of the place. I was working in Dothan, Alabama, a place called Cowboys.
Never been there.
No.
Cowboys was the second or third largest. It's closed now. It was at the time was the second or third largest nightclub in the United States.
Dang.
With, of course, the other places being in Texas.
Sounds like a great place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, had about 6 or 7 bars. On some nights they cranked up the barbecue pit outside, and if you go in there and buy 3 or 4 drinks, you get some free barbecue chicken.
Hey,
that
sounds good.
Sounds like our kind of place.
The bands ate well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Now that bass player played a 5-string bass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you think of a 5-string bass.
They have their spots, that fit into certain types of music. But I just like to. I played a 5-string for a while, but I just like the 4-string. I can just do what I do easier with the 4-string, me personally. But
yeah, it kind of always reminded me of that song. Who was it? Sly and the Family Stone put up, and he said, the bass player come up, had a deep voice, and I'm going to play some bottom, so the dancers just won't hide. And go, boom, 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 boom. That was always the coolest part of that song to me. Was the bass.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Mason, not to leave you out, lead singers have their place.
Yeah, we do. We don't carry much into the shows, but we got our place. First, I'd like to for you to tell everybody where your place is so they can punch it into their GPS and be good to go. So we're in a little town called Brooklyn, Wisconsin, and it's located in between Madison and Janesville, Wisconsin, 2 of the bigger cities, in Wisconsin here. But We're centrally located between those two. The address is 102 West Main Street, Brooklyn, Wisconsin. So we're a population of about 1,200 people here, and Main Street Music has put this town on the map again.
Yep. All right. Is there any kind of parking issues where you are? Just park where they want to? If you got a certain place?
Basically, we got on the street parking, and then there's actually a new parking lot up about a block up the road, behind the town hall there. They just put a new parking lot in there, and then we got a couple small parking lots to the east and west of our building here. But most people will be parking on the road because the one parking lot gets pretty full with band parking.
I understand that.
Mostly the show coming up.
All right. What's your capacity there?
We can hold about 180, 200, pretty tight.
The fire marshal enforce that kind of heavily, or do you have that issue?
We try to keep everybody happy, but we don't get too much heat around here. You know what I mean? But for safety, we try to stay around that mark. But you can go walk right outside too, and there's a little area out there for cigarette smokers, and you can drink out there too. So it opens it up a little bit too.
All right, we're starting to get a lot of people saying things in the chat. We got Margie Chrisley Ballock, hello from South Carolina. These are just the people listening in. Some of them. There is Chris from the Paranormal Rockdown. That's what I kind of want to talk about mainly. That's why I was asking about your capacity, because I'm expecting you to get a full house, because they have really hyped your bands. People from Wisconsin who are familiar with those bands have talked on several of the podcasts before and talk about how good these bands are and what followings they have.
Yeah, it's a great lineup.
Yep, definitely is.
So it should be really a great show. I believe there's 6 bands.
I believe that's right. 6 bands.
Yeah. We do so many. I do a lot of booking shows here, so it's hard to always keep track of it all. But yeah, it sounds like a great bunch of bands, and you're really familiar with the one Green Jelly.
Green Jelly? Oh yeah, yeah.
They got a pretty good following, and a lot of people have been coming in and been asking about them guys. So
yeah, ever since they first came out in the 90s with their claymation video of the 3 Little Pigs.
Yeah.
They did a claymation video? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
3 Little
Pigs. Yep.
Yeah.
3 Little Pigs.
Yeah.
What kind of music do they play? What, just loosely? Don't stick them in a strop box. It's just useless. I hate sticking bands in boxes.
It's like a heavy melodic. It's hard to explain what Green Jelly is. You just have to experience them. Whatever. I don't know. It's hard to put them in a box. Yeah, it's just like anything will go at a Green Jelly show, basically. A lot of fun. A lot of fun happens at those shows.
So I'm assuming they're going to be the last group playing.
I'm not real sure the lineup. I'd have to look at the schedule.
But you're saying people are going to have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people have a good time. The venue is pretty cool too. So we're sitting down there right now tonight. We're closed for the month of June to do some updates and stuff around here, and it's kind of a slow month for music. So we took the month off, and me and Mickey been doing a bunch of shows, and we're down there now. We're kind of just writing a song earlier and playing around, messing around with guitars and whatnot.
Chris just said yes, they're going to be the last band. They're the headliner.
Okay.
Yep, that's good. It's good that he's on there.
Yeah, he's keeping it straight. Chris is a great guy. He's followed. I've been changed over to this network. He's followed me around in the old network and chased me right over here. And he's just a good guy. I really appreciate the work they have put into doing this Paracon, because with the lineup, it's just amazing the number of people they have, and lining up these bands with you. That could not have been easy.
Yeah, Chris has been real easy to work with. You know, they reached out to me and it just worked out good. And, you know, like I say, I book a lot of bands here, you know, it's like, and it's hard to keep track. And, you know, when you're working with someone that's, you know, very detailed and stuff like he's been, it really makes it easier on me. You know what I mean? So we got one of the best sound guys in the area going to be doing sound that night, Steve Fisher. So it'll be a good show, man. It'll be rocking.
You got a light guy too?
Yep. Yeah, it'll be a great show.
All right. How many bars do you have in the place? Just one, or you have a secondary bar when they got a crowd?
We got just one, but you know, we can always make another one if we need to.
Okay. I'm sure your staff will be ready to handle a crowd.
Yeah, we got a great staff down here. They don't fall behind. We've had some pretty big shows here, and they're always great kudos at the end of the night from a lot of our patrons and bands. So
they're some of the friendliest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Well, you're the people who come in there.
That and the bar staff.
Yeah.
Okay, the bar staff. Okay.
Yeah, we got a good following here that comes in. Everybody's pretty decent. So, and the heavy metal crowds are always the nicest people.
I have found that out. Even my wife says that a lot of times she's run into bikers on the road and in places, and they've always been super polite to her.
Yeah, it's you know, it's crazy, but like the heavy metal group, and we got a lot of biker friends and stuff that come in here too. They're just the nicest people you ever meet. You know what I mean? They might look a little scary, but man, they're polite and they're good, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Bill's in here. Bill is in the house.
What's up, Bill?
How's it going?
For those of you who don't know, Bill Walter is the owner of Brodhead Manor.
Bill's a hell of a good guy too. He let us record our video Bible of the Gun, the Mason Meyer Band's video a couple years ago there, and it's really turned out great. And he was just a great host. Yep. And I'm hoping to do some more video shoots down there in the next year or so here, next few months.
Oh, that would be it's a great location from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's amazing. We couldn't have had a better place, and like it was just amazing. My buddy Mickey Magnum also shot some videos down there. Mm-hmm. He's a rocker from a little north of us here, but you know, Bill's a great guy.
So what do you play yourself, Mason? Yours is the kind of, you said earlier when we were talking before the show, you play a dark country, and I'm not familiar with that expression. Can you explain that?
Well, so I play kind of my own style of music. I went through some, you know, I always loved music growing up in the old outlaw country, heavy metal, all that, and then I went through some tough times in life there about 5-6 years ago, and the only way I could cope with it is I picked up a guitar and I started playing, and I started writing, and I never thought I would be doing what I'm doing today, releasing albums and opening for a lot of great bands and playing a bunch of great shows and working with great musicians like Mickey. But I've kind of created my own style of music, singing from my soul, and just from my life experiences, you know, like, you know, the loss of loved ones and the spirits that I feel driving me in life to keep moving forward. And, you know, it's just like, it's kind of a gift. I feel like I've been given a voice to speak, you know what I mean? And I'm not out to impress any kind of musical genre or anything. I'm just doing things my way, and you know, seems to be working. So, you know, I'm pretty blessed that way.
So you're singing from the heart.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Well, I've often found that's the best kind of music. When a musician is singing from his heart and his soul, and just kind of bearing that out on stage and say, here's the real me.
Yeah.
And people come in and are entertained by that.
Yeah. That's what I always loved about heavy metal and, the real country. That stuff's real, man. It's like, it's the best music there is out there. I mean, nowadays, in my opinion, we've lost that in a lot of the mainstream music. So hopefully that'll change someday,
And I'm kind of hoping it goes back, because there is no really good rock bands out there right now in my book.
Not
the way I
that.
look at it.
For me, I mean, I don't even know of any really good country bands that they're playing on mainstream radio, you know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. But there's so many great country bands and rock bands that just ain't getting the push that they deserve, man. You know what I mean? Because I guess it's just people want to listen to the same old beats and the same old songs about, drinking Bud Light on the tailgate of their truck or something. But hey, I'm old school, so.
I do a lot of the same thing, except I use Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Tastes great, less filling. Now send me a check for that.
Yeah. But,
okay, we're doing enough of the beer commercials.
Yeah, I just stick true to myself, man, the music. And like I said, it's really been a blessing for me because I've got to meet so many people that I never thought I'd ever meet before. I got mentored by a Native American artist named Bill Miller, who was nominated for 3 Grammys and won 3 Grammys. And he mentored me and believed in me. And so, and I've got to work with so many other people like Billy Don Burns. He's one of the best outlaw country singer-songwriters that Nashville's ever had. I was telling you about Wade Jennings, Waylon's grandson, great guy. Just all these people I've got to meet, just being true to myself and being true to my music and how I run my venue,
Yeah, you said before the show that Waylon's grandson, I believe you said, is going to be appearing there.
Yep, he's here July 25th.
That's the week after the Rockdown, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it is a week. Yeah, we got a really great lineup in July. Actually, we got the Rockdown, and we got Sam Jackson, who's a young phenom from down Florida. There, probably I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he's coming the day after you guys are here. And then we got Wade Jennings, and there's so much. There's
a lot.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. So that's why we rested up all June. We're ready for July. So
hey, it's the hottest in July.
It is. It's been pretty hot here too for the last 2 weeks.
I hope you have good air conditioning, because with a big crowd and hot music, it's going to be hot in there if you don't.
Oh yeah, we'll fire them up, and we'll have cold beer.
And I was going to ask you about that because I've never even been to Wisconsin before.
What?
I lived in Chicago for 14 years. I never got in the car and drove to Wisconsin.
Jesus.
So that was one of my regrets. I should have gone up and took a tour of the Miller plant up in Milwaukee, but never did. Much of my regret. But I think my wife was worried about I'd be drinking too many samples.
Well, we got a drinking problem here in Wisconsin,
Really?
Oh yeah, we're the heaviest drinking state in the country.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is your place just beer, or is it also mixed drinks?
We got mixed drinks, beer, and we serve homemade pizza here, and we got what you need.
So if somebody comes in there for the Rockdown and at 4:00 start listening to the band, if they want a pizza, they can get one.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's really people love our pizza down here.
Okay. And if they want a Frank Sinatra, they can get one of those.
Yep. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure they can get one.
Okay. Frank Sinatra, you take a whiskey glass, about that big. I don't have mine's in my bar. I don't have one with me. But it's 3 and 2. 3 fingers of whiskey in the glass. 2 rocks. And it's made with Jack Daniels. It's basically a straight Jack Daniels with 2 ice cubes in it.
Well, we got that.
Yeah.
We got that
Yeah.
for sure.
When Frank Sinatra was introduced to that, he called it the elixir of the gods.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that.
It's just straight up, slightly watered down Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Of course, I like my Jack Daniels straight out of a shot glass.
That was
Room
never
temperature.
Jack Daniels.
You never drink Jack Daniels?
Well, I have, but it didn't bring out the best in me, that's for sure.
I used to date a girl like that. She could
Yeah.
not drink colored alcohol.
Yeah, that's how I am.
She got rowdy. She'd pick a fight with a grizzly bear with some yellow alcohol in her.
I can't drink tequila.
Yeah.
That makes me mean.
Yeah, heavy brown water is no good for me.
I am bad about drinking tequila shooters. In fact, next Thursday, I'll be having a show just with one of the other podcasters on the network because next Thursday is my birthday. And that's exactly what I'll be drinking. Tequila shooters.
Yeah.
Happy 69th birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to the gentleman talking about Thomas Patrick Grumley is you saw the advertisement, the one with kind of the rainbow colors in the commercial he ran at the first of the show.
Yeah.
He's in Connecticut. And he's got the Paracon going up there the week before the Rockdown. So what we're going to do on my show next week, he'll be the guest. We'll just sit there and talk. He likes to drink his whiskey straight up. I'll be drinking tequila. So we'll see how that goes after about an hour. And he's going to bring in a few guests that's going to be appearing at his Paracon.
Cool.
And then also the week after, I'm having the official photographer for the Paranormal Rockdown appearing at the show. He'll be taking pictures like your video. He'll be taking pictures of different groups, different people inside. Matthew Willis. I don't know why I can't remember that, but Matthew Willis. He's the photographer of the Rockdown.
Sweet.
So, what can people expect when they come in? Are you charging a cover charge when they walk in the door for the Rockdown, or is that covered with their ticket?
That's a question for Chris, actually. I'm not positive. Sorry, I can't give you that information, but maybe if Chris is listening, he could enlighten you on that one. And he looks like he is.
Matthew can't attend Rockdown anymore.
What's that?
I'm just reading what Chris put up there.
I can't read it by either.
Okay, so Matthew can't attend Rockdown anymore.
Who can?
Oh, maybe he's saying Matthew Willis is not going to be there. Okay. So I may have to find another guest for my show because that's the only reason he was here. So I may have to find somebody else who is going to the Rockdown because okay, the ticket is your admission.
Okay.
And,
Ticket.
Oh yeah, ticket admission. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to get that out there for anybody who might be coming.
Yeah, like I said, I've been working like 3 different shows today, so I sometimes get my messages, my wires crossed. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he piped in and let people know. So.
All right.
And
I appreciate.
Yeah.
Appreciate Chris being in here and straightening us up. But go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying I appreciate Chris coming in and putting his 2 cents in since he is running the thing and getting us all straightened out on that. Because I want this thing to go smooth as glass.
Mm-hmm.
Where people can just come in your place, have a fantastic time, and then be ready for the paranormal Paracon the next day on Saturday, and ready for the investigations Saturday night.
Where does all these people stay that come in for that stuff?
That would be another question. That's another question for Chris, because you're going to have some people coming up there on Friday, arriving there, so they can hit your place at 4:00 in the afternoon, and then they got to go somewhere to spend the night, because as most bartenders and waitresses tell people, we're not saying you got to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's right.
You're not shacking up these people.
It sounds like this event's gonna pull a lot of people for both days, so I was just wondering when were they all staying at,
Maybe Chris can come in. Holiday Inn in Madison, mostly we had a room block with them. There you go.
There, nice.
That's where most of the people will be staying, the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, there's a sleep inn and suites in Oregon, Wisconsin, which is 6 miles from the venue here too. So anybody,
How far are you from the Brodhead?
We are about probably 14 miles, maybe.
Okay.
Straight shot. Get on the Highway 104 and leave Brodhead or Brooklyn, and you'll run right into one or the other. So.
Oh, okay. So people shouldn't have any problem getting from one to the other.
No. Straight shot.
And if the people are headed to the Holiday Inn in Madison after the show Friday night, they don't have a very long drive then, are you?
No, Madison's probably about 15 miles from here.
And he had a question for you. Are you coming to join Chris at the Paracon Saturday?
I'm going to try, but I might be on the road that day. So we'll see.
Well, come if you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be more than welcome.
Yeah, I'd really want to get down there because I'm really interested in seeing that stuff, and I'd really like to play at some of them places in the future. If they ever need to an act, so it'd be pretty cool. Me and Mickey will go.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, I'm way down here in the south. That'd be a long way to go for y'all to come down here.
We'd do it.
Yep.
Mostly in the winter time.
Yeah, I'm about a 14-hour drive.
Yep.
From y'all.
We're actually going to be going on tour this winter out west and down south. So I think we're going to be heading to Alabama and Tennessee and a few other places down there. So we'd love to play wherever we can, so.
Okay. Well, if you appear in Columbus, Georgia, which is right on the Chattahoochee River, if you appear there, that is my hometown.
Okay.
Nice.
Small place. It's about 190,000 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been gone for over 20 years. Hello, Chris.
What's up, gentlemen?
How's it going, Chris?
Going good, man.
Good. So where are you from?
I'm in Illinois, Ottawa, Illinois, so I'm pretty much like an hour from the Iowa border.
Yeah, I've been through Ottawa a few times on the way down to Nashville.
Are you about ready for the people headed your way, Chris?
Am I ready for what? I'm sorry?
For the people heading to you.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to have a crowd.
It's getting close. We're almost sold out of tickets for the Paracon and for a couple things, and tickets have been selling like crazy for the concert too. So
Okay. Let me ask you this, Chris, since you're in here. If people come into town Friday afternoon, they roll in there, they hit the Holiday Inn, where do they get their ticket so they can get in the venue at 4:00? Where can they get their ticket?
So you get the ticket at paranormalrockdown.com, or if you're waiting until last minute, you could just pay at the door.
Okay. So, what about the people who coming in at the last minute and the first thing they show up for is the music on Friday night? How will they get in?
Yeah, they could pay at the door at the venue at Main Street. They could just pay right at the door.
Okay, so you'll have that all set up for them.
Yep, correct.
Right. I'm just trying to get out as much information as I can to as many people as possible, so it runs good for y'all.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. And like I said, I mean, we'll let people in at the door as long as we're not at capacity. So,
All right. Yeah, we discussed capacity earlier,
correct. Yeah.
so you may have to take a look at that later at night, because I think you're going to have a crowd Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially as soon as the band's here, they're going to start promoting like crazy that last week and help get the venue packed.
Yeah.
We'll
Go ahead.
Doors and it'll be a great time.
Yeah. What time are you going to open up the doors Friday, Mason?
Well, probably around 3 o'clock. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, we'll probably open the doors at 3, maybe a little earlier there. You know, we gotta get production in there and get set up and everything. So kind of, you know, talk to them guys and we'll see what happens there. But I would say no later than 3 they'll be open. So.
All right. So people can go in there and see, just chill out and relax, get out of the heat and have a drink.
That's right.
Yeah, because goal is to have the first band on stage by 4. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's fun watching the band set up. I used to go to clubs early just to see the band set up, and sometimes I'd stay till they were shutting down and go up and tell the band how much I enjoyed them. When they're done at their last set.
You're a trooper.
You have a lot of that, Mason? Have people walk up, just want to shake your hand and thank you for the music?
Yeah, I get a lot of that. I get a lot of that when I'm sitting there at Main Street for other shows too. Like, sometimes I'll work the door there, and a lot of people always come up there and talk to me, and it's cool. You get to meet so many cool people. So I'm looking forward to like a lot of. I mean, I don't think any of the bands that are coming for this I've ever had. So it's always good to meet new people. I'm looking forward to meet Chris and everything, and build a good relationship and keep doing stuff.
yeah, that's the way to do it. Same with the paranormal, man. We meet people, and then like Jamie, that's helping me put all this together. I mean, I met her about a year ago, and we've teamed up and made this awesome event. So
yeah, that sounds awesome, man. This would be a great time.
And y'all make such an awesome team too, Chris. It's hard to believe you just known each other a year. Go ahead, Mason.
Cindy wants to say something.
I was going to say, there's one ghost hunter. He's on YouTube. He's getting kind of popular. His name's Kalani. He's from Joliet, Tennessee. I met him there when I lived there, and he has a show on YouTube. And he's investigated with some of the bigger investigators too. He'd be a good one to have on a future event. I just thought I'd throw that out there. So.
yeah, that one I haven't heard, but I'll definitely check it out, because with this Paracon, I don't want to have like just all the big name people there. I want to bring in the small people and help them get known as well. So,
yep, yeah, he's pretty cool. He's wears a cowboy hat and he has long black hair with a beard, and yeah, him and his wife investigate. So they're kind of funny too. So it's
awesome.
So
I'll have to check them out.
Yep.
How many guests you got coming to the event there at Brodhead Manor?
Right now, I think we're at about 130 for tickets sold for the Paracon itself.
But how many like guests do you have? Like investigators?
We're over about 28, I think, for the guests.
Nice.
The biggest ones are Dave Schrader, and then a bunch of the people from Beacon TV, which is a new streaming service for paranormal. Dustin Perry, he was on Ghost Hunters.
Yep.
He's not going to be there in person, but he's going to do a Zoom call for us, for everybody.
Cool.
So I hope you guys can come down and at least join us for a little bit on Saturday before you have your concert there on Saturday.
Yeah, I might be on the road that day. I don't know yet. So we
Okay.
we got a show that we got to do in North Dakota. So I might have to head out Friday and night and head down there. So or up there. So
Yeah.
Indian will be around.
Yeah, I know my wife wants to go, so I'm sure we'll show up there.
Yeah. Hey, if you want, just
go, she'll definitely make him go. So is that right, Jerry? If you're watching,
I'm sure she is.
You got to keep the wife happy. Happy wifey,
Right.
Happy lifey.
That's right. Yeah, it's funny. My wife and him, they pick on each other constantly. So it's always like a 3-ring circus when we're all together. So it's like a brother and sister sort of thing.
She's a sister I
What?
never really wanted.
Well, you're blessed to have a wife who's got a sense of humor and can kid around with the people that's important in your life.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We're like family.
And that's cool.
Yeah. Our band's pretty tight with each other. We're all, it's friends, and we're, we're having trying to live the dream.
Well, it sounds like to me you are living the dream.
I think I think you're right. I still sling bricks every day of my life, though. I'm a mason by trade. I own a masonry business, so I do that during the day, and then book bands and also play in the band. So a lot of irons in the fire.
Nothing wrong with that. Make the money while you're young.
Yep. Now I'm old and still trying to make the money.
Hey, you're still young in my book.
Yeah.
Anybody under 60 is still young.
Hey,
I'm young. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, they're kind of making fun of me because I'll be 69 next Thursday on my next show.
that's what I heard.
So I've been around for a while.
But what are you gonna do for your 69th birthday?
Drink tequila. I don't eat beer. I've already bought it. It's sitting in the kitchen. A nice steak about this big around and about this thick.
There you go.
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Good deal.
Yeah, and the wife's going to bake a cake, so I'll have steak, cake, and tequila.
nothing wrong with that.
That sounds like a pretty nice birthday.
She's loving these new air conditioners I got put in.
I bet.
We had 4 window units, and 2 of them broke down.
Really?
Paid $150 to have a guy come out here and tell me that the compressor's dead in one. He fixed the other one. It worked for 3 days and started blowing hot air.
Oh man,
That's the worst.
And all he did was tell me you have to buy new air conditioners. So I did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, got 2 mini splits.
Yeah, that's good. You never need someone else to tell you need new air conditioners for $150. You can call me next time.
Yeah. So we're keeping cool down here.
Good.
So, Chris, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I think you guys have pretty much covered it all. I mean, I can just go through the bands real quick. We got Green Jelly as our headliner. Switchblade Saturdays, January, Again We Rise. Fiction We Create, Left on Red. Etched in Embers. I want to say with Etched in Embers, I want to say my condolences to Russ, the lead singer of the band. His brother passed away earlier today.
Oh,
so
wow.
I want to give my condolences to him.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, pass that along from everybody, I'm sure.
So yeah, I mean, excellent lineup. Etched in Embers is joining us again. They played last year's Rockdown and loved it enough to join us again. So,
And Jamie Lynn just jumped into the chat room.
what's up, Jamie?
So she is your partner in crime.
She has been a great help with all this. Couldn't think of a better person I would want to work with.
She is, you know, her and I have met. We've talked. She is a great person. Jenny wants a repeat of who passed away, please.
It was Russ's brother. Russ is the lead singer of Etched in Embers. His brother passed away.
And Jamie Lynn says she's excited. Well, it's time for the excitement to start building.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because you've got an excellent location in Brodhead Manor. And Main Street venue is just a great location for the rock part.
It's gonna be a hell of a good day.
It's a decent
couple days.
It's a decent sized stage too. It's you know, when you go play a place and the stage is the size of a coffee table, it's just like, okay.
No, we got a pretty nice stage.
Yeah.
We got a green room here and everything, so the band is really easy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They come in and they come through and there's a big door here that slides over the green room. You can throw all your gear up. So this place used to be a old Minneapolis Moline tractor dealership years and years ago.
Oh, wow.
So I kept it kind of original. You know, it's, you know, to its original look, you know what I mean? So all the big doors are still here, and, you know, the green room was actually a paint booth years ago, but it works for a great green room. Easy access for the bands. Musician made the venue, so it's set up for musicians, you know.
Okay. What door does the band use to bring their equipment in?
So they're going to come in and they're going to go to the driveway to the west of the building. The main building, then I got a smaller building, a little wooden shed out there. They'll drive in between them two buildings, and load-in door will be the furthest door in the back, and there's also the second furthest back will lead you to the front of the stage. The other one leads you to the back of the stage. So,
Okay.
load-in.
Yeah. When I was working in Cowboys over in Alabama, their loading door was the back of the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They'd open up a couple of bay doors, and there the stage was right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
To change bands, you just push all the equipment out for one band and slid in the equipment for the other band.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of how it is here, you know. Like I said, there's a little room there, but it's very easy loading and unload, you know. So
What kind of square footage have you got in the main?
geez,
I don't
even know, to be honest with you, at the top of my head. It's been so long since I figured it out, but quite a bit. Let's just put it that way.
So you said close to 200 was your capacity. So I'm guessing these people the tables are not on top of each other.
No, there's plenty of room to. I think we can seat probably, I believe it's 65, but we got more chairs than we need them. But yeah, I mean, you can move around and stuff pretty good in here when you get 150 to 180 people, and 200 people starts getting pretty tight, you know.
Okay. Jamie Lynn wonder where she wants to make her grand entrance.
That would be the front door, unless if she wants to come in from the stage, up on the stage during a set or something.
Well, when Jamie Lynn comes in, of course, you need a couple of trumpet players coming in. You got to have the crown on her head, somebody holding her veil or cape.
Mickey plays trumpet.
Do I? Okay.
Do you play anything besides bass?
Me? Yeah.
Yes.
Play a little guitar, some Native American drum, flute, Native American flute. So.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, a little banjo. Yep.
Little banjo.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandpa used to build banjos and play banjo for Lawrence Welk and the Shimoleski Fun Time. So back in the day, all the polka people.
I grew up. My parents were big fans of Lawrence Welk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Chris remembers all that or not.
Do you still watch the Lawrence Welk show?
No, I stopped watching that years ago. I got fascinated by AC/DC and some of the other heavy rockers. Those kind of groups got me through high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're still going, man.
Yes, they are.
AC/DC is still on tour, ain't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have some shows coming up. Yep.
Yep. I think they're coming to Chicago actually in a couple weeks.
Oh, wow. Wish I was still up there.
Yeah, you guys in Wisconsin, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss a lot of the big city, but I lived here for 14 years, and that was long enough. I hit most of the haunted locations in Chicago, and now I'm hitting them here in Arkansas, the few there is, and I go down to New Orleans quite a bit. So there's more than a few. There's more than a few haunted places in New Orleans.
Oh yeah. I think the whole place is haunted.
Yeah, and believe it or not, most of the bars down there have cover bands, and most of them play classic rock.
Have you ever, when you come up to Wisconsin, you should head up to, there's a place called Presque Isle, Wisconsin, up north, but Al Capone used to have a hideout up there. And
that would be an interesting.
And the building, they still got the building still there, and it's full of bullet holes and stuff. It's like, I forget the name of it's called Little Bohemia.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've heard of it. I never got there.
Yeah, but I bet you that's got some pretty cool things going on there, man.
That would probably be an interesting place to be. Of course, Chris might get up there quicker than I would because, like I said, I'm 14 hours driving time from there.
Yeah, it's anywhere with Al Capone is awesome. I mean, the building I currently live in, it used to be a resort, and Al Capone used to come hide out here all the time. And half the building burned down, and where the other building was, they put a parking lot, and underneath the parking lot is a tunnel that Capone used to use.
That's crazy. So where are you from? Like, where from here? How far are you?
To Brodhead, it takes me an hour and a half to get to Brodhead.
Yeah. That ain't so bad.
Yeah, so the U probably roughly about the same, probably hour 45.
Yeah. Yeah, so you live by what's the town right by Ottawa there?
There's Streeter, Peru.
Yeah.
Morris isn't too far away.
Yeah, okay. I have a buddy that lives in Ottawa. I don't know if he still lives there, but
okay, there's my boss.
What did she say?
Cocoon has a lot of ties to Wisconsin. Yes, he does. He also has ties down here in Arkansas. He's come down to Hot Springs quite a bit.
Who's that?
That's Latriana saying, dropping by to give y'all love. Yeah, like I said, I'm fairly new to her network, so I'm just getting to know Lee rather well. So she is busy, and I find her to be a very intelligent lady.
Sweet.
Gwen is one of the best producers. Of course, our backup producer is doing a pretty good job tonight. Sending the links out, getting everything, and basically holding my chain so I don't go too crazy.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you see me taking a few sips. This is not tequila. It's not Jack Daniels. It's a sweet tea. Remember, I was
Nice.
born and raised in Georgia, live in Arkansas, so sweet tea is the thing down here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
Like
I
14 years
do want to. I do want to say one thing. I want to say to Mason: prepare for green jelly, because every stop that they go to, they stop at the local Walmart and they buy every single pool noodle for their show for the crowd. So it's going to be filled with pool noodles in your place.
Oh no.
Thanks
Pool
for the
noodles.
wine. Yeah, a lot of people are hyped up about them being here, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
You got bouncers that can handle pool noodles?
they call him Pool Noodle, actually.
Yeah, you don't want to get in a fight with somebody with two pool noodles in their arms.
Slap 'em.
Well, it's better than a pool cue. Do you have pool tables in your place, or are you just all band? Yeah, what?
We got one pool table, but we're set up for music. We really want people to come here and listen to the music and focus on the music. And we got one TV in the place, and that just shows our upcoming events. You know what I mean? So we're all about the music here at Main Street. I built it for that reason, and we just want to keep it that way.
Well, there's a beauty and purity.
Yeah.
And you come in with just the music, playing like we said earlier, from your heart, from your soul, and you're just all about the music.
Yep, and I love I love these bands that are doing their own thing, and like people pay attention and listen to you here, so it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Not just in the corner playing to somebody's back. You know what I mean? The focus is music at Main Street. So,
well, you have all my respect because you do something I cannot do. I cannot play a single instrument. I can't even carry a tune humming or anything. I can't even tap my foot in time.
Hey, we're a lot alike. That's why I made up my own rhythm.
Oh, so you do something?
Yeah.
You do something other than 4/4?
I do 5/7s, 4/9. I do everything.
Yeah. That's what attracted me to his guitar playing. His music is just so not standard, but it's awesome sounding.
Yeah.
The rhythms he comes up with are just, it's fun to put a bass line through them and around them. So
I call it the Spirit Rhythm. That's the title track of my album that I released. The first album was called Spirit Rhythm because when I played, I was telling about Bill Miller. He just told me to keep doing what I was doing. He says that stuff's coming from the spirit, man. It's Spirit Rhythm. So that's just what I've done, man. I just stuck to my guns, and I don't really ever care to play a standard way, or I don't care what anybody tells me. I just don't care. I'm gonna do it how I play. And I'm gonna
You're gonna do your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my thing, man. And I've got a lot of scrutiny from so-called great musicians, and they bless their heart and everything else, man. But I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to create something different, man.
You be you.
Yeah, we actually call it Hawk Rock.
Yep.
Like Hawk.
Hawk Rock.
HAWKRAWK.
Right.
Because I'm really driven by the spirit of the hawk and the eagle and the birds of prey and Native American spirit and everything else. So it's kind of it's just what's coming out, man.
That's why I got that photo that you had of the bird of prey. I'm assuming it was flying in front of the moon that I used on my banner.
Yeah, yep. That was actually one of my bartenders drew that for me. It was my first band logo for an old band one of the first bands I started up called the Stolen Thunder Band. But she drew that, you know.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's amazing. So, and we are going to be coming out with some new releases here in the next couple months. A song called Into the Deep. It's a song about the white horse of life and the black horse of death. And it's about my grandpa who had to play dead in the trenches of World War II in order to stay alive. So I wrote a song about it called Into the Deep. So we're going to be releasing that song soon. And then a couple other ones, as singles. And then we're going to release another album probably in 2026 sometime.
Now, where will these albums be available?
All the music is on every streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Music,
A
all
lot of them.
we're so old school, we don't know. It's on every platform that you can imagine. We distributed it everywhere. You can find us on YouTube. There's a lot of live videos from the band on there.
He still has like CDs.
I have CDs.
Yep.
So,
Now, can anybody that comes to the Rockdown on that Friday, can they buy it from you at the bar there?
Yep. We'll have them here at the bar. And then, I got like 800 CDs made. And then I found out that there's only like 50 CD players left. But I actually like it because I wanted people to have something that they can have and hold
Right.
their hand. I mean,
The thing with that too is everybody's going back to vinyl now. Everybody's collecting vinyls again.
Well, us old school people like to have that. There's nothing better than going home and opening up the case and reading the lyrics or reading about the song or whatever. You know what I mean?
There was one band, I forgot who they were, but they actually released their album on 8-track.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if it's an 8-track player anymore, but
I don't know anybody with an 8-track. Now, I've got about 3 stereos in this house, and they've got cassette players with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I want to get a CD player. I got one stereo with cassettes, and I do have a pretty good collection of cassettes. So does the wife.
I always love cassettes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe once you get into the 69 and 70s, you'll move up to a CD player.
Yeah, maybe I'll finally get into the 20th century.
I'll bring you a cassette or a CD player up the Rockdown for your birthday, Len. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll give him a CD to give to you of mine.
Okay, that would be fabulous. Chris or anybody wants to, Mason, anybody wants to answer this, are the other bands going to be bringing CDs with them or merchandise, T-shirts, anything like that? If you got something available for that, or are they be allowed to do that?
Most of them usually bring shirts with them to sell.
That's always cool. You go to see a band, and like you were talking about, opening the CD or the album, and you got something in your hand. Some people having something in their hand is a T-shirt.
Yeah. Yep. Or a hat or something, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Green jelly hat would be cool.
Yeah, it would.
How about some jelly, like slime?
Do you have your own hats and shirts, Mason?
I got some shirts, but we're actually needing to order some merch, so hopefully we'll have it by then. So Mickey here designed a bunch of new logos for us, so we're going to be putting them on our shirts and hats. So, he's kind of the band.
Brains.
Kind of.
We're in trouble.
No, he does some pretty cool designs though with stuff, so he's gonna be doing that. And
thank you.
We're working on getting things ordered here the next couple of days, actually. So
I'm sure Chris is going to have some T-shirts and hats printed up for the Rockdown.
Not really for the Rockdown. For the Paracon, we do.
Right.
Whole reason behind not doing it for the Rockdown is because with so many bands playing and us putting their logo on there, it's going to cost too much with copywriting and everything with their logos and stuff on the shirt. So,
well, you can just put Brodhead Manor on it.
Yeah, true.
I was there or something.
Well,
maybe you can put a picture of Mason's cock on there that he's got on the building.
There you go.
What? He told me he had the biggest cock in the county.
I think, well, definitely the biggest cock in town. I don't think there's any cocks that big in town around here. So
It's a little rusty too.
I'm actually I'm gonna get another one to put on the other side of the building too.
Isn't there a building? If I remember right, there's a building up the street from Brodhead. When you're going to Brodhead, there's a big, huge cock outside one of the buildings there.
I don't know. I don't know. This conversation is really taking a weird twist.
Maybe you can go make an offer.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
Well, every podcast that we're usually on talking the paranormal, it's always usually about Bill's nuts that he sells.
Yes. What's the since you brought up nuts? What's the latest on Michael? Is he going to be there?
We're not 100% sure. He's waiting for a doctor okay to fly or drive. We should probably know within a week or so. But he's progressing really good, so we're just waiting on the doctor's orders if he can or not.
Okay, because I know he's a big snacker, and he'll be snacking on Bill's nuts.
Yep.
Hey, I got to keep breaking the bass player. That's just an old habit.
So I told you earlier I'm not good at technology.
Yes, sir, you did.
I think my battery's gonna die on my phone real soon here.
Okay. Well, we have gone over an hour. My producer is probably letting us go as far as we want to. Sean's he's sitting there ready to cut everybody off. We keep talking about nuts and cocks, he will cut us off.
No, you guys can go as long as you want. Just look.
Yeah, we'll probably step off here pretty soon because the phone's gonna die.
All right. Well, Chris, have you got anything else you want to say while he's still got some phone battery?
Just want to say I appreciate you, Mason, for letting us do this. We wanted to originally do everything at Brodhead, but with not having sound there and everything else going in around there with Rockfest and Country Thunder, weren't able to do it. I'm glad you were able to accommodate us and have us come in there and hold this. So I appreciate that, and I want to thank you.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Thanks for having it here too. We appreciate it also. So,
and I want to go ahead.
Good talking with you. Nice, Len. It was good to meet you.
You too. We'll see you here in a couple of weeks.
And I wanted to say thank you to Chris and Mason, because y'all are teaming up for 2 very exciting evenings, day and evenings, for everybody coming up to the event. It's just a fabulous combination to me. It's interesting. You've got a lot of exciting guests, Chris, and Mason, you're going to have a lot of exciting bands there at Main Street Venue. So I just want to thank both of you for doing this.
Yeah, you betcha.
More than welcome there.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Take care.
All right. Take care, Mason.
Take care.
Hey, Mason.
All right, Chris. Since we're done talking about to Mason, you got any advertising bits you want to talk about? Once again, where can people get tickets to the Rockdown?
Paranormalrockdown.com. If you don't remember that, just go to Paranormal Rockdown on Facebook, and you can find the links on there. All the info. Tickets for investigation. We have 4 left on that. So those are going to be gone very, very soon. The Salmons that we're doing, late Saturday evening. I think I have 2 or 3 tickets remaining for that, so that's going to sell out as well.
Wow. So you're doing all right with sales then.
With those, yeah. The Paracon, there's no limit on the Paracon because people are going to be coming and going all day.
Right.
So no limit on those tickets. Those will be available. You can even purchase those at the door if you don't get them online. Concert, I recommend getting them online just so you're guaranteed in that door, because they are selling. And as Mason said, a lot of people are excited. They come into his bar. I haven't seen a lot of sales for tickets for a lot of people in Wisconsin. So my guess is they're going to be coming to pay at the door. So we want to make sure if you get in that door, buy your ticket online.
That's why I was asking the questions, because I want to be sure of that. Because I guarantee you, there's going to be some people riding into town at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're going to want to hit the music scene at 4 or before. So make sure they're taken care of and know where to go and how to get there.
Correct. And I mean, the ticket sales were slow in the beginning with all this, and within the last week, we've probably sold almost what we sold all year within just this last week. So gonna expect it to pick up within 2.5, 3 weeks that we have remaining till this event. So if you want to get your tickets online.
All right. Sean, you got anything you want to ask or add?
No, I'm good. I'm on vacation until August, so my next series will be season 3 when I come back, and looking for the lineup for season 3.
Okay. Oh, and I appreciate the little piece of information that I didn't know earlier when you put it in the chat, Chris. So that means I need to find another guest for that date. And I'd like to find somebody who's going to the Rockdown so we can talk about it.
Okay. I'll message you here in a little bit with some people.
Okay. Because I want that date arranged for, you said, a general conversation talking about the Rockdown.
Yeah.
Anybody else I can line up later.
What's the exact date you need?
I need it, looking it up, the 10th, July 10th.
Okay. Yeah, let me talk to some people and I'll get somebody for you, and then I can even join on that day too.
Okay. Because that's what I want to talk about is what you're doing and who you're doing it with, and to pass out, once again, all the information about how to get there, where to get the tickets, and just so you're running smooth. That's my biggest thing, is to give people information so you have fewer issues.
We appreciate that, and we're glad to have you a part of it, and we can't wait to see you there either. So,
well, I am having a few issues, and I will show you my issue. Take this camera off. Right there. That is the lower part is a window unit that does not work.
Yeah.
The other part is a mini split that I just had installed yesterday. I had to have a mini split put in the other room. $5,000.
Not fun.
But yeah, so that I'm trying to figure the money, but I don't know, because it's going to cost me about $1,500 just to get there and home. So that's just I don't know. So I'm going to try.
Chris is breaking it.
Yeah, he's moving. Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I hope you can figure it out. If not, we completely understand. I mean, things happen. Like I said, we lost Matt. Matt had some things come up where he can't attend it. Jen Jacobs, she ain't going to be there anymore. And then we might have somebody else that might be dropping out too. They're trying to figure stuff out too. So
Yes. It's tough, but I had 2 window units break down. And it's down here, it hits about 90 degrees in May and stays that way well past Labor Day to the 1st of October.
yeah.
With the humidity up like it does, I think it hit 110 feel like temperature here. And you can't live. And if you don't have air conditioning, you can't live in the house.
Yeah, I know how that is. We had storms here the other day, and our power went out for probably about 2 hours. And in the middle of the night, about 2 a.m, it happened, and woke up drowning in sweat. So,
yes, our local Piggly Wiggly, and yes, we do have Piggly Wigglies here.
yep.
But they had a power outage like you're talking about, and they had 4 air conditioning compressors on the roof cooling the place. Lost 3.
Yep.
And of course, that really messes you up at a grocery store because all of a sudden your candy bar is starting to melt. People don't want to come in because they're sweaty. They want to come into a grocery store that's cool. And then on top of that, just one day before yesterday, the day before, one day this week, where they keep their ice cream, their coolers, broke. And they had to get rid of all their ice cream. And of course, they had a huge amount of stock. So it's not easy down here. The people who installed these mini splits said they had 8. They finished me up early, and they said they had 8 more installations to do before they went home.
Damn.
Yes. So I'm not the only one in this county that's having issues. So just send me the names, Chris, and I'll be glad to talk with them. And I guess I'll tell Gwen, since Sean will be relieved of his temporary producer seat, and she can send you a link, and you can appear too. And I'll be willing to talk to 2 or 3 different people. You know, they don't have to spend the whole hour. If they want to come in for 10 minutes and leave, that's fine.
Yeah, I should be able to get some people together for you.
Okay, because I think that would be cool. And what I'm going to do with Matthew is just say, look, since you're not with the Rockdown anymore, we're just going to put you off for a couple of weeks and go after.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
All right. But again, I'm just trying to help you out as much as I can.
And we 100% appreciate that, man. I'm glad to be on anytime you need me. So,
well, I really appreciate you dropping in. I appreciate Jamie and Lynn dropping in, and all of our other listeners. Joe Aldridge, of course, I always appreciate Letriana dropping in. Of course, she's the boss lady now. But appreciate all the people that was listening to the show this evening, and I'm hoping I gave them some information, and they'll come on down to the Paranormal Rockdown and have a good time, and let everything run just as smooth as silk.
That's the goal.
All right, Chris, if you don't have anything else to say, I'd say let's hand it to Sean. And let's call it a day. I got to go eat supper, guys.
All right.
It's 8:14, and I got a supper to get to. I got some barbecue. I got barbecue ribs screaming at me right now.
Well, you go enjoy those, and you both have a wonderful rest of the night. So,
you too.
We'll be talking to you, Chris. Anytime you want to talk about that, just you know where to find me.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
All right. You have a good weekend, Chris.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Len,
Bye.
how about let's close this show out with the Paranormal Rockdown commercial, and everybody else, have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah, and remember, the paranormal never sleeps. Neither does the Paranormal Rockdown, apparently.
All right. Have a good weekend, guys. And we're going to close out the show with the Paranormal Rockdown.
Join us for the Paranormal Rockdown. We kick off the event Friday, July 18th from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Main Street Music in Brooklyn, Wisconsin, where we feature bands Left on Red, Switchblade Saturdays, Etched in Embers, Fiction We Create, January, Again We Rise, and our headliner, Green Jelly. Saturday, July 19th, starting at 11 a.m. at Brodhead Manor in Brodhead, Wisconsin, we have our Paracon featuring Dave Schrader, Sam Beltrusis, Scotty Rourke, Dustin Perry via Zoom, Sarah Lamos, Nick Simons, Kenneth Drake, Stream Beacon TV, Dark Realm TV, and over 30 more great guests you won't want to miss. We have over 40 vendors, speakers, workshops, gallery readings, and so much more. A special thank you goes out to each of our sponsors. Get your tickets before they sell out at paranormalrockdown.com, and we hope to see you at the Paranormal Rockdown.
I just got two words after that commercial. Be there!
We'll see you later and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.